And we're back with more Talking Law TV, and we're here with Doug Andrews. Hi, Doug.
Howdy.
How you doing today?
I'm great. You?
Great.
Somebody said I need a haircut.
You did. You got a all up and cut. You're here to talk about boating under the influence.
I am. First, though, may I, with your permission, I went into the grocery store to buy our granddaughter a birthday card, and I saw a plethora of cards dedicated to our troops who are deployed. What a marvelous sight. There's a lot of cards there for folks that want to send a card to the troops. This one says, God bless you and keep you, thanking God for soldiers like you who are fighting for the freedom of all. So God bless our troops.
And have you heard about the new movement of wear blue on Fridays to support the troops?
I hadn't heard that.
So
I heard red.
Had people to wear blue. So.
Well, that's excellent. Thank you. Let's get down to business.
Okay, boating under the influence. That can never be a good thing. I've got some photographs here of what probably precedes that.
Well, it can make a very dull boating day into one that has a little excitement with blue flashy lights and all sorts of things.
And then we have some party boys here.
But by the way, anytime a law enforcement officer, Coast Guard, DNR, Marine Patrol, if they see stuff in your boat like a beer can, plan on introducing yourself shortly to the nice police officers, and you better have photo ID or that's a crime. Now, if you're the operator of the boat.
Now, here's a picture of the aftermath of one of those where apparently the dock was not a problem.
Yeah, for a short while it wasn't a problem.
Well, I have a better one than that.
And, you know, we joke about it, but it's deadly serious. We've had some tragic accidents of folks getting killed because of stupidity of boaters. Some of them alcohol related, some not.
And there's no seat belts in a boat. I mean, you're leaving the boat.
That's right. You are soon then a flying unguided missile.
So what is boating under the influence technically? Is there a limit like in cars?
There is. They're generally just like driving under the influence of a motor vehicle. There are two flavors that apply to most garden variety cases. One is, are you impaired? Impaired by what? Anything, whether it's alcohol or drugs, whether it's Tylenol, some prescription medicine, or over-the-counter. If you've consumed anything that impairs your ability to operate, to make you a less safe operator, that is under the influence. The second one is, are you technically, even if not under the influence by being impaired, are you over the artificial limit that politicians have chosen to enact?
Is there a BAC limit for boats?
There is.
What is that?
Different than driving under the influence. What's under the influence?
In a car? 8, I believe.
08 for adults over 21 and 02 for under 21. For boats, it's still at .10. We reduced it from 12 down to 10, but when the motor vehicle code went down to 08, they didn't change Title 52 for boats.
Is there a reason they didn't keep it the same?
I think they missed it. I think they missed it. Shh, don't tell them.
And how do they do field sobriety tests in the water? Obviously, if you can walk on the water in a straight line,
well, we killed the last guy that could walk on water. Yeah. So they have some modified ones. They will do a horizontal gaze nystagmus if the officer is trained in that, looking for involuntary jerkiness of the eyes in 3 parameters. They also have, well, I did see one case where the driver of the boat was close to the docks on River Street, and they pulled up to the dock. It's a floating dock, and they were having him do a one-leg stand on the floating dock. That was interesting. I wish I had video of it, but
all you need was a hula hoop.
Yeah, there you go. And there are some other substitutes that have never been validated to be worth anything. One is the finger count, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I can't even do it sober. So they'll mark how you perform on those things. But again, those things aren't related to how well you can operate a boat.
You didn't come to the studio by boat today, so
no.
We're good. Okay, let's say that you are actually arrested, and obviously this guy's already at the dock, but if they stop you in the middle of the Wilmington River and you're arrested, what happens to your boat?
That's a good question. Good question.
Do they tow it?
Well, they may have to if there's no completely alcohol-free, sober driver in the boat to take the helm with your permission. Otherwise, you'll be paying CTOW or another tow agency a rather hefty bill to tow it back, because I've never known of the backup officer driving your boat back. Maybe they do, I just haven't heard of it.
Because it'd be a hazard in navigation just to leave an anchor,
sure,
right?
They couldn't leave it, just like they can't leave your car in the middle of the road.
Okay, now do you have the same test for detecting BAC in a boat as a car once you get to the station? Can you choose blood or breath?
You can't choose anything until you first submit to their test. They get to choose blood, breath, urine, or whatever. And once you submit to their chemical test, then you do have the right to an independent test if you can find somebody to do it.
Now, since there's no driver's license for a boat, what happens if you refuse? How can they keep you from piloting a boat when you don't need a license anyway?
Well, and you absolutely have the right. Georgia gives you the right to decline testing if you desire to do so. And they do have, similar to a motor vehicle case, they have an administrative suspension of boating privilege. You know, we don't issue a boat operator's license, but boating is declared a privilege in Georgia, so they lift your privilege to operate a boat, and it can be for 12 full months on a refusal.
Has this ever happened on a sailboat as well?
I haven't had a sailboat case. I have not, but it's certainly applicable.
So, I mean, aside from the fact if you crash it, it's a lot more money.
It can happen on a Sea-Doo. It can happen on most any watercraft designed to carry people.
Now, is this also a misdemeanor on the water as it is on land?
It is misdemeanor. And interestingly, last time I looked, there is no mandatory minimums for boating under the influence like there is DUI. DUI, 10 days minimum jail. Judge can suspend all but 24 hours if you're .08 or more, and 40 community service hours, and minimum fine of $300. None of those minimums apply on a boating under the influence, but most judges don't remember that, so they apply the similar type DUI punishment.
And this is still not in any way tied to your driver's license?
That's correct. It is not.
Should it be, you think?
No.
No?
No.
So this because people behave totally differently when they're out in the boat than they do in the car.
They do, and
typically.
it's not related to driving on the highways because, again, you don't have to have a driver's license for a boat. Many states are moving in that direction, but so far Georgia hasn't gone there.
Now, does this go on your permanent record?
Well, the booking certainly does. Naked boy there is going to have a wonderful booking photo that his parents will be proud to see. So the booking record will last forever, and if you get convicted or plead guilty, it will be on your criminal misdemeanor record forever.
Now, does this also go in the newspaper like a driver's license, a DUI and the driving?
On a second offense, no. No.
So first or second?
Nor does the photo get published on a second offense.
Is there a hefty fine to go with it?
Second offense is more aggravated, and yeah, you can rest assured the judge is probably going to exercise all the discretion he or she has to give you closer to the $1,000 fine and closer to the 12 months jail, if not some jail, at least probation.
Now, who has the right to pull you over? Because there's so many people in the water, so many different...
Any law enforcement agency, from DNR to Marine Patrol to the Coast Guard. And again, they don't have to have a reason to pull you over in boats like they do cars. If you're in a motor vehicle, they have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion you're committing a crime. In a boat, they can just do it for any reason or no reason. Safety check, that's their excuse usually. They say, well, have you got any life preservers? By the way, have you been drinking? Quickly turns to that if they see or a beer can or something or smell alcohol, it turns into a DUI or, boating under the influence investigation instead of a safety check at that point.
Okay, so if you have your life preserver around your cooler, then you're sort of good and then you're bad.
Well, there are priorities, and that might be one of them for some folks, but as twice past commander of Tybee Light Power Squadron, we advocate the skipper should be alcohol-free. Don't have to by law, but common sense says that, because on the water, alcohol has a greater effect with sun, light, wave action. Leave your drinking if you're the skipper till you're on shore.
All right, thank you, Doug. If you have questions about BOI or anything else relating to DUI, give Doug a call through our website, TalkingLawTV.com. We'll be right back with Judge Ann Barnes, the Georgia Court of Appeals, right after this.
Have a legal question for a Talking Law TV attorney? We offer 3 ways to ask it. Call 888-2037-LAW for our free viewer phone line. Email your question through the website at TalkingLawTV.com. or text your message to Talking Law TV. Get a link sent to your mobile phone by texting TLTV SAV to 82672. It's legal news you can use when you need it, anytime and any place.